story about the death of Calradia. Hello and welcome to the first thing of Mountain Blade Mondays. And I'm actually recording it on Sunday, the day before Monday, meaning I can actually get it out at a reasonable time. This mod is called, as you can see by the title screen, Solid and Shade. It is, as you can tell by the wonderful ambient music in the background and the cruddy, deathly paper and the skulls, I'm actually going to turn this down a little bit. When I played this a long time ago, the music, I swear, was the worst part for me, just because it grinded on me. But this is a mod focusing around basically everything of necromancy and the occult and things like that. And it was a mod, one of the first that I actually found, along with 1866, and I believe I didn't find the Florist mod until later, but that's for warbands, that's a different story. But it was one of the first mods I actually found a couple years ago when I was first, finding mods for this thing, and I played into it quite a bit, but like I seem to with a lot of games, unless I'm actually pushing myself to actually only do a little bit a day, I end up just kind of petering off, and I never played it again, because every time I did, I just didn't want to start over in the creepy as hell atmosphere. But what the goal of this is to do all of the mission and quest related things, because there was actually a lot. From what I could look, when I was looking at, updates and things in the game, there are a lot of different little hidden things to collect and do, and that is my goal. If I want to, if I can, during said goal, I would also like to take a land for myself, but that is a secondary side goal. I'm gonna have to play this for a while, because if I remember, one of the quests requires you to be like level 25, or something like that. It's kinda crazy. But what we should do first, start a new game. Random. Welcome, adventurer, to Solid and Shade. Before you can start playing the game, you must create a character. To begin, select your character's gender. A birth date will also be randomly chosen. I'm going to choose a man. You were born a boy on the 28th day of the month of Drought Moon, under the sign of the Dead Tree. Boy, super cheery. Your father was an executioner. I believe these top 4 ones are actually added in. Maybe it was thief, but writer and taxidermist are definitely added in. 3 plus 1s and then a random plus 1. Well then. I'm gonna say an emperor. Yeah. Because I want to have a large enough army, and intelligence and charisma will increase that, and intelligence will help me with other things. You came into the world as son of the declining nobility, owning only the house in which they lived. However, despite your family's hardships, they afforded a good education and trained you from a child. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go back. That's strength, intellect, Chandler, mortician is intellect. Actually, you know what? I'm going to choose a one from the mod and do a mortician, because that sounds good. A son of a mortician, your young life was a somber and quiet one. Since your father's mortuary parlor was in the basement of your family's estate, death became an ever-present part of life. You were even permitted to observe occasionally while he was working, and he would talk to you of your future career, perhaps in medicine. In spite of your sheltered existence, you learned well the faces of nearly everyone in your town, for death spares nobody in the end, and one by one, Many of those same faces wound up staring blankly at the ceiling from a cold slab. Here today, gone tomorrow. That is the nature of life. You started to lay the wells out as soon as you could walk it. Now, you spent your early life as, I'm going to say, what was the mortician? It was intellect. Forget it was intellect or charisma. Farmhand? No. Actually, you know what? I'm going to choose a gravedigger because that gets you a shovel, and a shovel in the early game is actually pretty important. As a boy growing in your childhood, you made a living digging graves for the local cemetery. The work was hard but honest, and to this day you are more at home with a shovel in your hand than a sword. You still have a good back, ready for action at a moment's notice, in more than a few hair-raising stories for telling around the fire at night, now that you have become a man. Then, as a young adult, life changed, and it always does, and you became Neophyte Necromancer. I believe this is the one that I need to choose. Yes. I need to choose that one because it gives me the book, basically, and it gives me the thing that I need to actually go forward in the game, because otherwise I'd need to kill another necromancer in order to attain this book and then actually start the game. But having this book at the beginning, I can immediately get into what the mod is about, instead of the regular gameplay with the creepier atmosphere as what it would be if I didn't. The distinction felt sudden to you. Somewhere along the way you had become a man, and the whole world seemed to change around you. The subject of death had always held a certain morbid fascination for you, but until you found the Necronomicon, you never understood the true power of the forces calling to you. It was among the books being sold by a traveling merchant you met on the road one fateful day. When you indicated your desire to browse the strange tome, the music is really at a high point right now, and I'm not sure if it's quiet enough or not. I hope it is. I'm going to turn it down once we get in there. When you indicated your desire to browse the strange tome, the merchant acted confused and suspicious. He absolutely refused to let you look at it, though you offered all of your traveling money for just a peek, and you slew him in wrath, unable to control yourself. Discovering black robes and a dagger in his pack was interesting enough, but you also found that the tome he was keeping from you was none other than the legendary book of evil, written in an unknown language, the Necronomicon. Apparently your victim was an aspiring necromancer. Feeling that turnabout is fair play, you threw the merchant's corpse in your handwagon and set off down the road again to find some way to translate it. But soon everything changed and you decided to strike out on your own as an adventurer. What made you make this decision was sheer bloodlust. Strength and charisma. A prophecy would be intellect and charisma. Let's do... I want to be able to fight myself, but I also want to have a large enough army to fight for me. I'm going to choose a prophecy. Only you know exactly what caused you to give up your old life and become an adventurer. When you were a child, a witch came to your parents and declared that you bore the mark of the beast. She foretold that the forces of the abyss would desire your great power, and one day you would receive their protection, but at the price of everything you love. Finally, the prophecy has indeed come true, and you find yourself discarded and destitute, but followed by a gruesome supernatural host. Become an adventurer and ride to Calradia. Allow me to quit without saving, please. Let me type correctly. Okay, I have 4 points to invest in. I want to do that so I can get another point in leadership. Leadership means bigger army. And see, I really like to use a shield, like sword and shield. But what I'm gonna do is, I have that up quite a bit, which means means my party is not going to get knocked down easily. Let's do increased intellect so I can increase all of that. prisoner management, at least one, because I like to be able to take prisoners. And looting, I'm gonna say looting would be an important part at this point in time. And what else? Put my strength up by 1 and my intellect. Strength up by 1 so that way it's into the next tiers. What else? Point a trainer would actually be good, and just invest in that. Now, beard, hair. Can always get those stripes. Funnily enough, I didn't actually really like the stripes. Rockin' on, rockin' on, rockin'. I'm done. Yeah. Let's choose that one. I don't mess with all of that, cause yeah. You arrive at Calradia, a land torn between rival kingdoms battling each other for supremacy. A haven for knights and mercenaries, cutthroats and adventurers, all weighing the risk of their lives in pursuit of fortune, power, or glory. In this land, which holds great dangers and even greater opportunities, you will leave your past behind and start a new life. Now, on the rise above a distant training field, you feel that you hold the key of your destiny in your hands. Despite the fact that you were told you had the mark of the beast, free to choose as you will, and that whatever course you take, great adventures await you. Where did we start? Oh, hey, I actually have 2 things with me. Hello. You have your mace on the wrong side of your body. It's kind of just floating there. When I used to do this, you didn't start with free skeletons. Level 15? And how 45? Worst thing is, I think those are... Oh, of course I start in the Kurgit lands. I need to get over elsewhere. Welcome to Salt and Shade. Evil has permeated Karatia. The undead walk the land, driven mad by necrolords who will stop at nothing, not even death, in their pursuit of power. Some even say stranger creatures have been found in the world. Seek well, and you may find many secrets, but remember, what has been seen cannot be unseen, especially if it is better left forgotten. Okay, that's... I could take on some looters if it's just the 3 of us. What is my character? What is my inventory? I have the corpse, which, by the way, human corpses count as food in this one. And human corpses will be the only food that I get. And I had started with some formaldehyde and, of course, the Necronomicon. Coffin nails. I think those are throwing items. Oh boy. The dagger and the shovel. The shovel is very important because it allows us to go into towns and dig up graves. With the ability to dig up graves comes the ability to get certain things that are key items for use. Now, first things first is I'm going to get over to an area that would not have step bandits, because I don't remember if there are step bandits in the original, but I don't want to take a chance, because step bandits would whoop my ass. Whoop my patukas. Uxhal. To go... See, there's a thing to enter the cemetery, and you can rob it at night. Yes, I know. There's also pistols and bullets. They're not necessarily accurate, however. Now, what I'm going to end up doing... See, there's cartridges. I'm going to end up doing is trying to get a blunt weapon, like that, and using it to knock people out, because then you can capture them and then brutally murder them to use in more things. Because with this right here, I could butcher it and get separate parts. Those separate parts would take up a lot more inventory space, but would generally make the party happier but would also feed less quicker because there's only certain parts. Yes, it is that dark. Sacrifice prisoners, sacrifice horses, or open the Necronomicon. The Necronomicon glares at you malevolently with its single eye. The binding pulses alive in your hand as you open the book, revealing its hideous secrets to your mortal eyes. But it is written in an undecipherable language you have never seen before. You cannot read it. Now, there is a certain place that I hope I can remember that we can go to end up reading it. That's deserters. Swadian militia. Let's avoid Swadian militia. Okay, I'm faster than that. It occurs to me that of all the things I got, I did not get pathfinding, which is highly worrisome, because that means I'm going to need a large enough army to counteract that. Oh boy. But there is one particular location I need to find, and I think I might have started as far away as possible from it. So that'll be fun. Yeah, it should be over there. I believe that hill is I remember that mountain. More mountain than a hill. I am going to quickly go into options and turn you down just a little bit. By the way, what do I have? Damage. I'm going to keep that, and if the damage ends up being a little bit too easy, I will bump it up, but I know in early game I would get brutally destroyed if I was not careful. But first things first is going to decipher the book. Because if I can't decipher the book, I cannot use it. And if I cannot use it, there is currently no point in actually playing. I heard something. I heard a little bit of a something. For a moment. I'm more scared of another party than anything. Now, if we hung around here long enough and I had better spotting as well, that would probably be something I should have gotten. Oh my. Acolytes. Versus manhunters. Yes, acolytes. It's 22 against 13? Ooh. Now, 4 acolytes and 22 patchworks. Patchworks are the thing that I remember. I don't remember the filths. Alright, but now we get to go into Old Zendar. Enter a desolate town. Hello? Anybody? Oh, hello. This does not look like a friendly place. Can I just say that? I'm going to quickly leave and save. Save as all of my old saves are here. I'm going to save over them. I thought I entirely deleted this and wrote over it, but I guess not. And yes, those are my old saves because as I said, I tried to play this again and I restarted because it had been so long, and I only played it very briefly because reasons. Hello, just your friendly neighborhood person here. Hi. You lack eyes except for that one in the middle of your face. And you have nothing to say to me. The blood fountain. That blood isn't moving. I'm not sure if that's good or bad. There's a lot of smoke coming off of you, though. Wouldn't someone see this? I'm just saying, there's a giant plume of smoke coming off of you. Wouldn't people see this and wonder what the hell's going on? Just a thought, but no. Suppose that's why there's so many bodies around. Come, wayward one, and drink your fill, for surely you must be thirsty from your travels. I will be your death mother. I impregnate you with the waters of the abysses. Drink, child. What are you? I am the vessel that fills with the tears of the hopeless and the blood of the innocent. I am the unholy grail of eternal suffering. I am the blood fountain, known by many names spoken in fear, for I am the source of all evil. I have heard tell of such evil, but oh, what accursed fate has brought me to your feet. Of the fates I know not, but of choices I may speak. For the power of life and death is mine. Leave here and take your life, or give me your soul in exchange for great power and death. Choose carefully. There's a little hint of the result. Leave here and take your life. As in take your life. As in if I choose life at this point, you know what, I saved before I did this. Very well then, leave. Oh, and don't forget your promise. What promise? I don't As if possessed on a will of its own, your hand draws your weapon and kills you with it. The blood fountain's evil laughter echoes in your ears. Your wounds are many, though you may try your hardest, you cannot draw breath. The world spins in darkness, and the last thing you hear before your heart stops are the cries of ravens. Ravens getting ever closer. You are dead. So yeah. Oh, there's my original save, 93, yeah. I thought I saved it. I just didn't look. Fix my head. I don't know why I keep having to fix my headset. Normally, it doesn't fall off like this. Alright. Yes, to the blood fountain. I choose death. An excellent choice. Death doesn't need hold power for those strong enough to embrace it. Did you think I would kill you? Did you see those bodies lying at your feet? In the end, life always ends. They made their choice when they turned their backs on death. Now my followers tread upon them. I think I am beginning to understand. I've only faced death since I was a little kid, you see. You chose power, even at the expense of your life and your soul, and therefore you may be a worthy disciple. We will see. Forsake all else. Worship me as your god. Gain my favor and you will be rewarded. What must I do, my lord? Go forth and terrify the lands of Caradia. Grow strong on the flesh of lesser men and women. Drink the blood of their livestock and children. Do I have to? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. If you don't do it, I said this for no reason. Burn their fields and houses. Leave none alive who cross your path, and you shall bear their agony as your weapons. Die as you wish, my dark master. With your pledge, the pact is sealed. You will now understand the tongue of the dead, in which the Necronomicon is written. And one more thing. There is a large chest beneath the stairs at the other side of town. Inside it is a key that will allow you to open the gateway to Old Zendar from your camp and your new ceremonial clothes and blade. Since you will be returning here often, Acolyte, I dare say you'd make use of the storage space. So many corpses, so little time. Oh. I don't know why I turned into Jabba the Hutt at the end. But I did. Now, Unders is... No, that's not it. Unders is... No. Is it around here? No. I know it's out in the open. Is it really over... Oh. Over here. But yes, the skeleton key to teleport a Necronomicon and my items. However, that might do okay damage, but it only has 40 weapon reach. +1 to looting while equipped, though. And items. I dare say that most of them are entirely useless. Although, putting gloves on... You know what? I'm just gonna put that on to complete the set. Woo! Something. Okay, now I can understand the Necronomicon. And now I could probably talk to him. Do you want to say anything? No? Okay. Come, follower, and hear my words. My knowledge runs deep into the unspeakable reaches of reality. Of what would you learn? What is my rank? You're an acolyte of necromancy, and lo, in my favor. Die as you see fit, or gain power from what does not kill you. Once you have completed your practical studies in each of the 5 chapters of the Acolyte Necromancy section of the Necronomicon, you'll be eligible to create the Necromancer's Withering, your first full-fledged necromancy set, and to pass into the rank of practitioner. So basically, first quest is to do all of the 5 options in the Necronomicon. Necronomicon cues to allow the page to turn. Ask the blood fountain. Yes, I just did. So I have to do every single one of these in order to advance. And that is pretty much it for the beginning. What I am going to do is cut it off here, check the timer, and then put in enough time for the next video to result in this being an hour long. Would you guys shut up? So, that is all for now. Till next time. I was going to try and think of something creative in the Blood Fountain's voice, but then my mind drew blank. Let's go!